1968, on Christmas Eve, we ventured to the moon. It's the first time any human stepped on a different planet. Apollo 8 have changed people's perspective about our planet Earth. This is what we saw. What's amazing about this is you see this blue sphere in blackness, then you realize that's Earth. This image have completely changed the state of mind of the population. The living world is a marvel. Billions of people and millions of plants and animals living in their diversity and abundance. They all benefit from the energy of the sun and the minerals of the earth. We all rely completely on this tuned planet to survive. A lot of statements that a lot of people have in their mind about global warming. That the earth is so big and we can't probably have any lasting harmful effect on the earth's atmosphere. Do you know that the most vulnerable part of the earth's ecological system is the atmosphere? It's vulnerable because it's so thin, and it is thin enough that we are able of shifting its composition. It means that solar radiation in the form of light waves passes through the atmosphere and that heats up the earth. An estimate of 6,000 acres of natural spaces are converted to other use for financial gains. 10% of the earth's wilderness have been lost due to the human pressure and activities. If this rate continues, all wilderness will disappear in 50 years. In 1910, the temperature starts to rise. The Earth's environment is being affected by all the global warming pollution that is being created by industries, wildfires, and smoke pollution from cars. For the first time in human history, the stability of our planet Earth can no longer be taken for granted. And if we don't do something about it, the wilderness will extinct.
an emergent scientific truth. For it to become an objective truth, a truth that is true whether or not you believe in it, it requires more than one scientific paper. It requires a whole system of people's research, all leaning in the same direction, all pointing to the same consequences. That's what we have with climate change as induced by human conduct. This is a known correspondence.
What worries me the most is the loss of our planet's wilderness and its biodiversity. Earth relies on its biodiversity to sustain life, and the way we live on Earth today is sending biodiversity into a decline. 50 years from now, global warming could trigger a catastrophic events as hurricanes, wildfires, food crisis, and drought. Earth will be uninhabitable, a place in which we cannot live. The North Pole ice is melting. The ice has melted and diminished by 40%. The glaciers are retreating almost everywhere around the world. If global heating continues and Greenland melted, sea level will rise and cities will be underwater. Maps of the world will have to be redrawn. Polar bear who depend on ice, soon they will be extinct. For the first time, scientists are finding polar bears that have actually drowned, swimming long distances looking for ice. This footage by National Geographic photographer Paul Neglin captured this heartbreaking footage of a starving polar bear. Shrinking sea ice makes it more difficult for polar bears to find food. Coral reefs have been on Earth for 500 million years, offering protection and food to many generations of ocean life. While they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, coral reefs support an estimated 25% of our marine species, and they play a big role in supporting healthy oceans. Scientists estimate that we have already lost as much as half of our coral reefs since 1980, and some fear that we could lose the rest in just 30 years. Today, coral reefs face a huge number of human-caused pressures that include pollution, overfishing, and the effects of climate change. Whales have been slaughtered by humans and industrial ships since the year 1600. We have pursued animals' extinction many times in our history, but now that it was visible, it was no longer acceptable. Thankfully, we have people with a powerful shared integrity trying to stop the destruction of habitats and the slaughter of the natural world. This forage was provided by the Sea Shepherd organization. Once, there was a time when trees were in abundance. Forests were less a danger. Animals lived in peace. Environment was favorable for them. Temperature was normal. Scientists call it the Holocene. The Holocene time period was the best time of our lives. Saving the earth is simpler than you may think.